So the ban phase here now. Make quite a bit of sense when it comes to Chalet. Habana especially here, trying to get rid of some of that longer range hard breach. More than likely might be leaning into something like some mirror gameplay or something along those lines. We'll
as opposed to the library overtakes, despite the small space you're working with. But it's representative of Chalet as well. You need to throw these nades, cook them, throw them at a certain time, and along with the bees as well, they know Harper's playing on the solar stairs, the grenade lands. Easy opening pick for Virtus Pro. They basically have not had to deviate from their strategy even a single bit in the first half of the round, and there's no response from DPlus.
Yep. That right there, one of the most difficult reasons as to why Trophy Stairs is so volatile for these defenders. And you might be able to stack up some ADSs and such, but if a team has good clearing like we just saw, 3 stuns in, 3 nades down, then you're more than likely going to end up losing your life, especially with that Grandma playing pressure from down low. They have that info on your swing too. Yep. Nice little shot there, but Coda's going to take some damage. It's actually Soldier to deliver the killing blow to Dan.
Honestly, that's just probably good prepper from DPlus. Dan always plays outside of that bathroom window when they're attacking Chalet, so one easy pre-fire, you take it down. They also know that the solar side is a huge focus for Virtus Pro. When you're attacking Master Bedroom Office, you need to rappel in at some point. It is a necessity, so always have to go down below, and just spots Boogeyman retaking the position that Harper died in earlier. Good use of the bees and good use of the coordination, and now Joystick can likely rappel in, having cleared off the single panel in Bedroom. Maybe confirm the kill, but doesn't matter. Coda decides to swing. Joystick cuts him down. 4v2 effectively now officially for Virtus Pro.
DPlus so very concerned with keeping somebody on that stairwell, and honestly it begs a question as to why Virtus Pro had so much control over that, especially the verticality coming through, and it's just going to allow Joystick to finally take that space. All the window rappel angles coming through too. Extension here from DPlus. We have quite a few bodies over towards the Master side playing on different levels. It's going to be Pasha to try and deliver something here over on the Master end of things. Nice little flick onto Woogieman will claim his life, but Pasha taking quite a bit of damage in turn.
DP have at least clawed the man count back, taking control of the Master Bedroom and Office side. But again, when they go for that solar take, when they move from the north to the south, it delays the time to deal with that Wamai playing over by the library stairs. So now Shepard will rotate, make his way forward. A very slow round. I mean, not shocking for Virtus Pro, but still, you gotta be careful. Just to make sure you don't lose your life.
Indeed. This is the danger of Virtus Pro. So we always talk about. They're slow rolling, patient play, boils up to an execute, and will immediately destroy anyone on their path. Including DPlus Kia here. After losing Coded especially, this is going to get quite risky. Still have some bees in the pockets of Shepard, so we'll be able to battle back against the defense here, try and box them out of their own sight. More than likely looking for a game's window plant, but they really don't have the verticality on this just yet. And actually, go back on that statement, as you can see those 2 bodies up top, just to know where we had our 3rd member here for DPlus. They've actually given up the entirety of that library area, just trying to keep themselves alive and see if there's any outplay potential with some of these guns.
Yas might be the person to outplay with that player inside a dining or sitting inside a dining. Of course, there's somebody on the fireplace door, but a great pre-fire from Always anticipates that very position. Now it's just the players in the bomb side. Virtus Pro hollow it out completely. DPlus Kia. As Harper tries to go for the read.
Last time, right? Just this time they had the proper utility in place on Solarium Stairs to lock things up. So ended up going very, very well here. Had that in play over on the far side too, just to make things a little bit more difficult for Virtus Pro to try and swing in on Library, although Always will increase his score line to 5-0. Gonna get that pickup here, and that's going to allow Virtus Pro to start working things from the Library side, although it's going to require a lot of heavy lifting. They don't have any hard breach or anything of the sort, so they're going to have to try and funnel in and take out these players.
But Always 6-0 now, gets a huge pick, and if he finds Coded as well, which he just sees for a split second as he opens the barricade, they might just open up this round alongside acquiring a 4v2. Coded sees the Lion, cuts him down. That's a big fight that Coded needed to win. Now with 20 seconds left and 1 toxic canister remaining, he can hold down this piano position for quite a long time. DPlus can't need to worry about the bathroom window, and well, with Dan being the only one left, there's no teammates to rely on. He's got to hop in through piano and find 2 different players, and he's got no intel for any of them. Woogieman's even retreated down below for the ultimate security that DPlus Kia will take their first defense in round 3.
That was a great read.
Might have lost the Nomad, but their initial win condition for the early round is clearing out Solar Stairs and then the ability to rappel in later. They'll need a bit more time, 15, 20 seconds to clear out that single panel on the solar side, specifically Yas in this position, but once they achieve that, they'll feel happy with this.
Oh, Yas. A little worrisome there. Joystick. The flood in from Solarium, but they know that he's got to be in this bathtub, and yes, indeed, the yellow mark coming through always has found Soldier, and this is going from bad to worse here, Carter. Joystick going to confirm it yet again, but look at the patience here. Dan still working the outside area. Woogieman going to be able to take down Joystick, actually, so DPlus Kia will be able to stave off this round just a little while longer. It's really up to Yas to try and keep this as kosher as he can, but it's actually Yas in that position. He coded down low here, trying to assist Woogieman as well. But what a shot out of Shepard. Truly disgusting. And again, Virtus Pro with this drone work, man. You never think that it's truly there, and then they switch and there's a yellow ping.
Ridiculous stuff so far on Coded now in the 1v3, but he does have a long angle behind the dining bomb onto the bottom of Solar Stairs. He actually rotates out, going for a flank up to the top floor, knows that the attack is low on time to move for this diffuser, so if there's just one guy maybe holding the top floor, if he wins that fight, it could work, but the indecision striking at a crucial moment allows VP to get that bomb down. Now he basically gets half of both plays, nothing accomplished whatsoever. Now as he drops back down, the indecision, the second choice to move back down, VP are entirely set up in their post-plant positions, some even outside the building. It is unwinnable for Coded at this point. The moment has passed. And what is he to do but just watch the clock slowly tick down in front of him?
Great considerations here from Virtus Pro, and just goes to show you
grenades in the previous round. Always one key piece of utility seems to get sucked up by those magnets, so the utility clear is almost perfect from VP, but it usually ends up costing them some important utility. But they have managed to clear this shield, and there are still some flashes to make this gunfight on Library Stairs easier. Yas picks up his first kill to make it a 4v4, and Pasha now looks to make it a 4v3, but the defenders retreat down Library Stairs far too quickly for Pasha to get a handle on, but VP has acquired Library control.
No hard breach for Virtus Pro, and the hatch is sealed up top, so more than likely just going to get Shepard in position and maybe breaching charge a few different areas around this, add some verticality into the mix, and then see what they can potentially get done past that. This is going to require a little heavy lifting in the gun department, folks, so look for Virtus Pro to try and find their entry points.
And also with no flashes as well, the only real thing they have to make these gunfights a bit more in the favor of Virtus Pro is that one singular shot in Shepard's launcher, and it goes out. Will it find intel on any of these defenders? Joystick knows someone will probably flank up the fireplace stairs. Will somebody watch it? Will they just try to hollow out the bomb site? They don't anticipate the stock position. Woogieman start things off right. Yas with the flank. Yas with a triple in the round so far. An easy pickup for DPlus Kia as VP unfortunately succumbing to the down.
We see here as they're going to lose Harper for the second or third time in that position. Woogieman is a known quantity here, folks. If you guys didn't see that drone roll through on him. Looks like Pasha's just going to play things patiently, but sometimes players hit some crazy shots in moments like this. Joystick's going to swing in with an adrenal surge. I don't think he's going to get too much damage off onto that player. In fact, he's going to go down to a nitro cell up top. More than likely just waiting for that adrenal surge to come back so he can res himself.
Dan is so lethal in these positions. He knows when to watch the bathroom window, knows when to watch the library window as well. He's already cut down one player there, and two different foes are looking to take an engagement with him, and Dan just doesn't seem bothered by it whatsoever. He's more than happy to walk this line. No C4s down below as Woogieman's used it, so Shepard can very likely get this bomb down. Pasha's patient coverage of the trophy window finally bears fruit, as Woogieman, equally patient down below, is unfortunately a little less lucky. Another kill flies the way of the flank watch down outside of the trophy window, and has domed by Dan. A clinical execute from Virtus Pro, as the one thing that was tripping them up wasn't even present this time. I mean,
they have a lot of utility, but it's like
so yeah,
no positioning. That's the key thing.
Yes, that's a better way to phrase it. A lot of flashbangs, a lot of smokes, but with no solid control acquired. Yas just has to lurk up short, but finds his way into the bomb site.
This might work.
Yep, he sees him sitting inside his stock. That's opening pick going the way of DPlus Kia. Now the alarm bell's ringing in Virtus Pro's head. 5v3, 5v2 as Yas finishes off Shepard. Virtus Pro a little bit thrown for a loop. Dan goes for a big retake though, but Yas, the big player in round 7 to shut this down completely. Pasha alone on the top floor at this point. Got to go for the retake. Pre-aims the prone angle. Impressive stuff, but can't take down the player hopping out of the double window down below in bar. This is a bit workable. Coded and Yas, both on low HP, but the main player is gonna fight as Harper on full, but down he goes. Now it's way easier for Pasha. Just a couple bullets in each remaining attacker should be the end of him. Yas makes a big rotation up to that top floor, and Pasha responds. Feels there might be an isolated 1v1 up here, but the time is ticking low. He's got to get both of these kills in rapid succession, and it seems like that's just not going to happen. He might be stat padding at this point, and Yas certainly is. 4K in round 7 to give DPlus Kia their first
Big of
attack.
the game, but Chalet is pretty hard when it comes to entry. A lot of the angle players making the most out of the situation, as you can see always in Pasha, as well as Dan having some big moments here. Pasha, obviously less of an angle holder than always, and Dan, but it doesn't really matter. Joystick gonna fall to the sword again, as Yas will take him down. We'll have trophy control now.
A lot of drones used on that clear, though, and we had the flank drone watching Joystick the entire time, but quite a few more wasted actively droning him. Pasha then retakes the position, cutting down Coded, who is moving up through the short hallway. And as he rotates, excellent cutoff by Woogieman. Reacts in time to make sure he can't move back down to the bomb site. And trophy control, after another brief skirmish, reestablished for DPlus Kia.
Solid clearance here. Be able to take down Pasha and Joystick. Virtus Pro.
Oh, he's still here.
Still solid control over the entirety of this site, and indeed, huge rotation there that could be made for Always, as he's just been waiting adamantly up in Library.
Only one drone left.
Oh.
DPlus Kia can't clear him. Soldier just tries to wide swing the pillar, but Dan's got so much cover to play behind. Shepard then cuts down Harper. DPlus Kia just sending it with 40 seconds left, and they'll pay for it dearly. Boogeyman knows he's got to win the fight with the player in blue, and he'll do so completely, but Always is still on this roam. He might hit the flank later on, indeed, slowly creeping up blue. Yas has made his way in, but he anticipates it. Flash goes out to try to burn time, but this bomb needs to start going down with Yas, the only one who can cover. Solely watching Library at the moment, but Dan pushing up from Garage. He doesn't even win the fight with the mirror, but Woogieman recovers very quickly, but there's no time remaining to put this bomb on the floor. Virtus Pro reestablish their lead. Out. Joystick still playing very passively in the bedroom, as Woogieman's first of 2 Dokkaebi calls have flown through. Coded will be the one to try to clear Joystick out from the bedroom position. Flashes again. So much utility expended. Finally, it bears fruit. Joystick cut down, and Yas also taking control from the other side.
Virtus Pro going to respond in kind, though, with this Nitro Cells. Pasha will take down Coded. Trying to play things from this downward position as much as possible, and well met, at least for now. Back to the drone work here for DPlus Kia. 45 seconds remaining, and Virtus Pro are keeping this play wide, especially for Always' sake. He's going to be dedicating himself over towards Fireplace Stairs. Honestly, solid area to be able to hold on to if you can muster it, especially for these late game rounds. When that timer dwindles, the more and more these moments are going to make the most. Always also going to head a rotation downstairs. Might actually come over towards West Hall here, as DPlus Kia is building up on this side.
Building up, but it needs to be a solid foundation with how low time remaining. No mistakes can be made, no gaps can be left. Shep creates one as he cuts down Woogieman. Dan just sits in the smoke, domes the player hopping in a trophy window, and there's not even time to get this bomb on the floor, as Harper with 4 seconds left and case in pocket is still outside. 6-3 for VP.
Know a lot about what's about to happen here. You can see these angles building up towards trophy window, as well as some other things. Solarium Nitro out, but Yas, and practically a mimic from what we saw in their interaction when the shoe was on the other foot. The Nitro Cell will land on deaf ears.
DPlus have so much pressure on this particular position. The nade's so easy to land for DPlus Kia. I gotta say, VP, a little bit of a problematic setup, but Dan at least trades it out, moving or taking down Coded down below inside of trophy. But you lose Always on that spot. But even if you do, I mean, half the round gone, as long as this player playing on the single wall, I believe that's Shepard on Legion, as long as he can hold down this fortress, hold down, stop the attack from moving too far into Solarium, losing Always won't matter as much. Another nade goes out from Yas. It's Joystick and Shepard in this position, facing the DPlus Kia attack that need to shut them out for this final minute.
They've already put Yas in here, too. Honestly, they could go for more of a distracting measure and just keep Yas around this area and try and hit a rotation if they really want to, but obviously all up to them. In a 4 versus 4, there's a lot of things to consider, and I mean, as long as Woogie can play actively and Joystick's distracted, why not try and push things forward? Gonna be able to get that big kill, and Shepard might be a known quantity here too. They're going to try and warm up the drones yet again, as they do have some time in order to do so. He'll hop this by, but it's really on to Shepard as well as this play here at the back end to try and solve this problem.
I think they missed Shepard. I mean, they might know it's a general position. They certainly know about Pasha, but the drone didn't spot him directly. It even spots the defender far behind him. That's Dan. He gets Woogie Man. Are they aware of the Legion? Are they going to be aware of this office? This could be the game right here with solo time remaining. If they've undroned Shepard just around the corner, they've got no idea. He's got about 2 seconds before he peeks. There we go. Just tied. Cases right next to you. He swings and falls.
He can't play it.
We'll have to. He can't play it because of the goo mine. You gotta love Legion's utility, even from the grave. Shepard, one goo mine in a dream.